Gentlemen, to today's show. We are going to take a look at what happened overnight. We've got a lot of red bubbles, we've got some green bubbles. We'll talk about our trade that we took yesterday and were we able to sell it in the green before we had a big drop. So let's take a look. At our charts. So we traded Heart yesterday. We bought it here at about 6:30 or so. Let me get our exact chart, our exact timing here, so we can take a look. We bought it at 5:49, 5:49. So right before 6 o'clock, right before the day. We bought it down here at 5:49, hoping that it would run up. You can see I put my blue and my red bars up for my 5% and then 20% at the bottom. And as you can see, it still hasn't hit the bottom yet, the 20%, but it's broken through both of these support lines that were there when it started yesterday, the day at 6. So I was able to get a sell in. Look at this. We didn't make a whole lot, but I was able to get a sell in at 6:30, and as you can see, pretty much right after that, at about 21. So that's what, 9 p.m. I think, if I can do my math right. We had this big drop, and then it pretty much went down from there throughout the day. That kind of corresponds with what happened with Bitcoin, also corresponds with what happened with Ethereum, all kind of on that 21 hour last night Central. That's 21 Central. So we can see here that the sell off has happened with Ethereum along with Bitcoin. We see all these reds. So let's take a look. Let's spend a little bit of time before we start looking for a trade today. Let's spend a little bit of time talking about the rainbow lines that I have, these colored lines that I have, the white, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So these are trending lines. These are various trending lines. So let's back up here in Ethereum. And typically the order is going to be white, blue, green, another little green, yellow, orange, another orange, and a red, right? This means everything's in order. And what happens when it flips, right? Everything's ebbs and flows, but look at what happened here. The white, the blue, and then all of a sudden the white crosses over and the red becomes the top line. Well, that pretty much means that's not a good sign. We don't want to be trading in this kind of environment, right? We want to be buying and selling in this kind of an environment where the white line, the blue line, the green lines, the yellow, the oranges, and then the red are all in this order, and the candles are going up over the white line, right? So this is the environment that we're looking to buy in. This is the environment that we're hoping to run up. And as soon as we start to see something where the candles start to come back or go down below the white line, we're definitely looking to sell, and hopefully we're selling in a profit. So let's go back to Heart here. So as you can see with Heart, I got into it right before. I knew I was getting right into it. I was hoping for a bigger pump at the open of the day at the 1800 mark. That didn't happen. It kind of went sideways a little bit. And so I quickly decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get out of this trade for today in a little bit of profit. We've already done very well so far in our strategy, in our compound 5% compound strategy. So I am just going to go ahead and pull and make a little bit of profit on the trade, and then save everything for today. Now, if we look at the overall market, everything today is pretty much down, right? Now, there are going to be days like today, right? Things are going to happen, right? There are going to be days like today. And so you're not always 100% going to be able to make a trade, right? Given even all of your tools, right? If we just look at everything we were looking at last night, right? Everything red, red, red. Red, red. There was a green earlier today, right? It turned itself around, came back up, but then now it's down in the red again. This one, right? Red, red, red. Even before 1800, or yeah, 1800 was right here. It had a little bit of a break up to that first resistance, and then immediately, poof, red, red, red came down. Now this is a little bit of an anomaly, right? But it had this big pump at open yesterday. So it was way up here at the beginning of the open. And then it came back down a little bit. It stayed up, went up again, then it's coming back down, right? So a lot of things went backwards today, so to speak. They went down. So let's just do our typical monitoring. Today is 2/9. So let's go to our list here, 2/9/23. And we're going to go ahead and look at our total market cap. So our total market cap here is 1.07 trillion. So let's look at that, 1.07 trillion. So there was a whole bunch that came out between yesterday and today, right? Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 422. So you can just see the big impact last night had here on the market. 186, right? So you can just see the change, right? And that's one of the things in crypto, is that things can go both ways real quick. So let's look at the let's see here. Let's see if we can see it on this chart. Let's go to the 24-hour. Let's go to the 7-day. No, 7-day really doesn't help us. All right, this isn't dramatic enough. Let's go back to our currencies. Let's look at Ethereum. All right, so you can see here on the 24-hour chart, we had this drop here last night at 2100. We had another drop today at about 130, right? But if we look at the 7-day, you can kind of see we were going along. We were going up a little bit, come down, we'd go up, come down, go up, right? And then all of a sudden, wham, we went down significantly in the last 24 hours, right? And we can see a similar trend here on the Bitcoin chart. If we take a look at the 7-day on Bitcoin, right? Similarly, Ethereum and Bitcoin typically go together, and then poof, it goes down. Now, remember, if you remember a few videos back, I mentioned how off all-time highs, the historically, the crypto will correct to 80 to 85% down, and then it will go to make a new all-time high after that correction, right? And that those are typically cycles that go in years, right? 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 years of a crypto cycle. So I personally still think we have a ways to go with Bitcoin. Bitcoin got down to about we'll call it 16,000, right? But that wasn't the full 80-85% off its all-time high. So we still could go lower than that to down to 13,000, right? Still possibility. 16,000 could have been the bottom, but then we're gonna, once we create that bottom, then we'll be going back up towards 69,000 and beyond. So we can see that almost all of the cryptos right now are all red on their 1 hour, their 24-hour, and their 7-day, right? So There's probably not going to be much in the way of opportunities today. But yeah, we're using our tools. We're aware that not every day is going to be a day for trading. We can kind of see here at the bottom. I haven't talked about the indicators that are down here at the bottom. I've talked a little bit about the lines, the trend lines. I've talked about our support and resistance orange bars, right? And then down here at the bottom, this is what we have as our volume, right? Are people buying, which is the green bars, or are they selling, which is the red bars? So when you see these, and then this is the amount of volume. When you see these kind of big bars, you know that something's going on. Like right over here, bunch of selling came in, so we see that reflected in the chart, right? Or I should say a bunch of buying came in. Then we had some selling right behind that, right? So this is good indication of what's happening with that any particular crypto that you're looking at. You gotta use everything kind of in a holistic view. And at the end of the day, you got to be confident in the choice that you made. So I want to explain for a little bit swing trading, because again, that's typically what I do. I'm typically a swing trader, not a day trader, right? And what a swing trader is basically allows for a crypto to gain whatever the goal is over a period of time, not just within a 24-hour window. A 24-hour window is much different. You're reading much different information, or you need to read much different information to try to make that consistent gain doing day trading, right? For me, I'm a swing trader. That fits my mentality, that fits my personality. And so what does that look like, and what would that allow? Right? So let's go back here to heart. And I just want to show you this. So let's just say that I'm confident in heart. I like all the technicals. Everything that I looked at with heart was telling me that, you know what, it's doing great, right? I mean, I go back here and it's kind of staying in this window here, kind of between 24 and 27, just kind of 24, 27, starts to go up here a little bit. And I, again, like I said, made that decision to buy, right? I made that decision to buy. Now, as a swing trader, right? As a swing trader, I'm giving this trade, I'm giving this crypto time, right? Now, as we can see here, we've crossed down below my stop loss, right? So if I had been on an exchange, I would have created this stop loss, and the system would have automatically sold it at this point because I wanted to preserve my capital. Okay. So yes, I was giving it time, but then because I'm like, you know what, I want to preserve my capital, I don't want to lose any more than this amount, I'm gonna have a stop loss put in. And so my stop loss would have been triggered and my trade would have been closed. But let's see if we can find let's see, do I have any other ones that I had a blue and red on? I don't think so. And that's okay. But let's just say that it never got down below my stop loss, right? It didn't do what it's doing, which is it went way below my stop loss. I could monitor this, and then when it rebounds, again, I can know when I bought in because I've got my white line, and I know what my target price is to sell for my goal. And then I could use those as long as it never crossed my stop loss. See, one of the things for me is, I don't want to lose all of it, right? I'm willing to buy in here when I made my decision to buy, and I'm willing to let it ride going up, but I want to preserve my capital going down. I don't want to just let it sit. Like if I had let it sit and then came in today and we were all the way down here when I logged in, I would have been like, man, I lost a whole bunch if I would have sold it then or let it ride or whatever the case may be, but I'd be way down. So by doing this, I allow myself, as a swing trader, as long as it doesn't break my stop loss on a downward trend and I don't have the system automatically sell it to preserve my capital, I've got time for this trade to rebound. And as long as it rebounds and I sell it in a profit, it's great. That's what swing trading is. Day trading is a similar thing, but it's very much condensed into a window, right? If we look at trying to do what we're doing, right, which is find a trade for today that would earn us 5%, that would be really difficult given the downturn in the market for today, right? But if I was really bullish, if I was like, you know what, Heart is a great project. I bought it up here and I sold it up here, but you know what? I might buy back in and watch it for another turnaround here. Now, again, we are way what I would call underwater or under the trend lines, right? So I know right now there's going to have to be some major movement in order for this to turn back around, right? Because everything is upside down. My red is on top, my white is on bottom, and everything's in order and the reverse of what it should be, right? It should be white on top, then blue, then the greens, then the yellow, then the oranges, then the reds. That's how it's supposed to be, right? In order for me to look at it to trade. And we are completely upside down right now with regards to that. So we definitely would not be doing any trading here, but there isn't much in the market, and very little is even popping up on our screeners. But again, we traded with Tether with USDT, but let's look at what some of the screeners are popping up with some different trading pairs. Again, there are always going to be opportunity in the crypto market. It's just a matter of what do you have to be able to take advantage of it. This particular trading pair is AELF and Bitcoin. So you would be buying and selling using Bitcoin. All right. So that's pretty neat. But we don't have, for what we're doing, we don't have any Bitcoin in our portfolio. But here we go on today. So this was at 1800 last night. We had that big downturn at 1100, and then look what happened, or at 2100, I should say. And look what happened, a whole bunch of buy signals, and this thing crossed over both resistance bars, and man, is it just going bonkers, right? So this is a trade you could have made today and made profit on if you had Bitcoin. Let's look at the next one. All right, so the next one. Okay, this was last night at 2100, right? This is where it opened. So it's just started its turnaround at about 11 a.m. today. It started to come back up, but this would be an Ethereum trading pair. Let's take a look at this next one. Oh, this one's it's sporadic. I don't like to get involved with these kinds of opportunities. Let's take a look at this one's sporadic as well. So these last two I wouldn't even look at personally. Let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, let's look at labs. Let's look at this one. All right, so as we can see, this one, February 9, let's 2100 last night, wasn't doing much. It did a drop on 1800 last night, but as you can see here, it had a down window. Now see how I say everything's upside down, but now it's going to try to get out of that. Look at what's happening here. Look at how that white line is shooting back up, trying to cross over all this stuff. For this, you'd want it to get past all this red. So it'd have to get pretty much past this point. You'd almost want it to get past this point before you were looking to buy back into this one if you were interested in this one and tracking this. So, lots and lots of different things to look at. Let's see. That's ENF. There's ALF. All right. So here's that AELF versus Ethereum. If you had Ethereum versus Bitcoin, right? This is basically the same crypto, but you're either doing using Bitcoin or you're using Ethereum. Look at the difference, right? If you're in Bitcoin, right, it's been all green pretty much since last night, right? Since about 11:30 last night. If you're using Ethereum, it's been a little bit different, been up or down. We had this big sell signal, right? And so, yeah, I mean, it's depend. You have to look at the trading pair for what it is that you're trading. There are opportunities. It just depends on what crypto you have available in those different opportunities, right? It just depends on the crypto you have, right? And how you can trade it and what you're doing. Where our focus is Tether, USDT. And so, yeah, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a trade opportunity today. I'll continue to monitor this as I'm here at my computer for the next few hours, but so far the market looks pretty much down for the day. And there are going to be days like this, right? Overall, the market's been down predominantly most of the day, right? And so, yep, they're few and far and in between. Now, I'm not going to get into shorting the market, but that's always an option. Last night when this big drop happened, I know there are people that know how to trade shorts, and they would have expected, you know what? We hit this support line here and we crossed it, it bounced. And then when it got here, right, they definitely would have shorted the market. And once it hit this S2, for sure they would have shorted the market at that point. Right? They are looking to make money as the market goes down, and then when it turns around, they'll look to make money when it goes on its way back up. I am still learning how to do the crypto shorting trading. That's not something that I'm really familiar with, but just on an overall basis, remember that Ethereum, right? Ethereum was trading way up here, almost to 1700 at 1680, just under a little over a day ago. And now we're all the way down to 1541. So crypto is volatile. This is where the opportunities, why there's opportunities to make some money, to earn some money here and earn some crypto because of this volatility. The kicker is not getting wrecked, not getting all liquidated, right? That's why stop losses are so important. Had we been in here and we had a stop loss in here because we were trading Ethereum, we wouldn't have wanted to lose that much value of our Ethereum, right? We would have wanted to store it in USDT and then hold on to it for when Ethereum gets down here, and then use that USDT to buy back into Ethereum. So lots and lots of learning opportunities. I learn something new in crypto every day. Try to, keep my knowledge up there. Look at this. We just got a flag. Let's pull this up for Tether. Let's see what this is about. See if we got any kind of opportunity here. So this is where we opened for the day. Went up, going up. It's been up above its R2. It's now up, and then that last signal was a sell signal. But now we have this little pop up here. Interesting. RPL. Let's go look. Let's use some of our other tools. RPL. Let's put that in here. See if we can find Rocket Pool. All right, is RP? Did I? What? There it is, right there. RPL's 1 hour green bubbles. Let's take a look. RPL, 16% on the day. Outside of the last hour, it's predominantly been green. Okay. Where's this thing typically traded? Uniswap, all right. Binance, KuCoin, all right. So you can see the live charts down here about 47. So let's go back to trading view. Yep, 47.66. So, we went all the way up here to 51. So let's just see here. Let's see what's going to transpire. We've got 47.66 times 105%. It'd have to get up here to 43, which is right here. That would be our target, right? That would be our target, which it's done already today. It's done it within the last 2 hours. It had this nice little run up. So let's just see. We're just gonna watch this. We'll monitor this. That's why I love these screeners. These screeners are going to clue you into different opportunities, right? Different opportunities. Right when the thing opened yesterday, we had a bunch of buy signals. Yep, it came all the way down to 42.44. It's going all the way up to 56.19. So lots of big swings. See, 39, lower low, higher high. Overall, that means it's trending up. Look there, we just crossed it. Let's see what's going to happen here. We're going to monitor this. We're at 48.29. Got a lot of little window here. Getting ready to cross our 15-minute mark. It's above its second line of resistance, which means it can just go if it wants to. As you saw here, it was just poof. Once it crossed it, it went chunk, chunk, came back. It's retested it. It's crossed over the white line now. Does it go up? So let's see here. So now again, it's gonna test that white line, and we're kind of fluctuating in this ballpark. $47.80. Let's see, clear. 47.8 times 105%. It's 50.19. Okay. Think I'm gonna do 48.13 times 105%. 50.53. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I am gonna go ahead and make this trade, make this buy. I think this can definitely pop up here back up to 50, and that would give us another 5% on the day. I'm going to be here for a few minutes, so I can definitely monitor this really closely. I can hold a tighter stop loss if I choose. So let me get this in here. We are doing RPL slash USDT, and we are doing it at 48.19, and we're doing it at 416. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. If I had if we were doing this on an exchange, I would have already hit the buy button and we would have bought it. So we are going to write this down in our ledger. We're going to buy it, and then I will be monitoring it for a sell to make sure it hits our targets. So now it's just a matter of getting our ledger here filled out. Let's take a look. This is going to equal divided by So we got, did I do that right? I thought I did that right. There we go. And then equals that. So we are looking at 50, 59, 50, 60 as our target. So we're going to go ahead and make those lines. So we bought it at what? We bought it at, we'll just call it right here. That's where we made our buy. Get this color coded correctly for our nice colors. There was our buy. And then our sell is, what did we say our sell was going to be? Our target is 50, 59, so 50, 60. There we, whoops, let's come back down here. This is our target sell. Okay, we're going to make that our blue. And then I'm going to put our resistance right below this. I'm going to say 46. No, I'm going to go right down here. 45. Let's do this. Clear 48. 20. Is that what we bought it at? 48. 48.19, right? 48.19. All right, 48.19 times, if we did 0.9, that'd be at 43. 48.19 times 95, that'd be at 45.78. What does that look like on my chart? 45.78 would be right about there. You know what? I kind of like that. We're going to hit this. We're going to draw our line. We're going to make this line red. Okay, there we go. So there we go. We got our buy. We got our sell target. We've got our stop loss. So if we were in an exchange, this is where I'd be setting my stop loss. I'd be setting it at the 45.78, right? Because I want to make sure I'm preserving my capital. I know it's a down market today, right? So we would definitely want to protect ourselves there, but we're giving ourselves a little bit of window here, and we got about what, hour and a half or so before the close of the day. We've seen this thing go up a little bit. We're already back up here a little bit above the white bar. So we're going to see if we can get this thing to go up here to 50.6, and then we'll get that sell in and make our 5% on the day. So looking forward to that. Hopefully this will run for us a little bit and make us that 5% that we look for. So just to recap real quick on what our strategy is, we are using a compounding strategy. So we have basically, we're going to do one trade a day, Monday through Friday. We're not worried about Saturdays or Sundays. And our goal is to have a 5%, right? So we started out the month with $100, and we are on what trade here? We are on 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, let me get this over here. Make this a little bit better. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're into day 7, right? So day 6, our end goal was 134. Day 7, our end goal is going to be at 140, but we are already above that. We're already at 154. So we are already well ahead of our target. We're into the day 9 target range. So we are just looking to increase this with our end goal result at the end of day 20. So basically at the end of the month, to have taken $100 and turned it into $265. And if you want to think about that as $1,000 or $2,000, you can see that it's pretty powerful. If you can do this with $1,000, you get $2,650. If you can do this with $2,000, you can turn it into $5,306. So lots of ways to stay consistent. 5%, that's all we're looking for. one trade per day, and depending on how you start will depend on what the amount you can earn at the end of the month, and then turn around and do it again. For example, if you're doing it with the 2,000, you can then take 2,000 out of your 5,000 for the next month, and then you're left with 3,300. How many of you could use an extra 3,300? How many of you could use an extra, you know, $160, right? Or $1,000? How many of you could use an extra 1,600? Right? You can start this with as little as $10 and start, or you can do whatever you have. But remember, the amount you start with, you don't want to use anything that you need. If you were to lose it all, that would be okay. It would not put you in dire straits, right? So you want to make sure that you're not using any funds that would put you in any kind of dire straits financially. Only use funds that you can afford to lose. So as we get ready to sign off, you can see here, we even though today's a down market, as we were here, we saw our screener. It alerted this particular opportunity with Tether. We met all of what we're looking for. Our colored trend lines are all in the right order. We see these buy signals. We have that 5% opportunity. We are above our second um, resistance line, right? So we went ahead and made that paper trade, and we're hoping that it'll get all the way back up here to 50.6. We can see that that's definitely an option. The top end today was 56.19. So we definitely know there's room to get to our goal. And so we're going to watch that. And then I'll be here on my computer for the next hour or so. I'll be paying attention to it. And when the time comes, I'll make that paper trade to sell it. And, as we continue on with the show and the program, in maybe a few months, we'll actually be doing these trades in an exchange, and we'll be showing you how all of that works. So I want to thank everybody for being here today, being on the show, and look forward to you joining the journey, learning how to trade, or seeing the ability of the trading to be an opportunity, even on a day like today where it's a down market. So if you haven't already joined our Discord channel, you can get some of the links for some of the tools that I show and that I use. It's another easy way to be able to connect with me and pick my brain and learn what I love to share, all the different knowledge that I have. So, again, thank everybody for being here, and we're going to go ahead and call it a day.